Welcome to the Global Pulse, a short video series where our experts break down a trending topic in international business and why it matters to you.
It has been more than a year since our world was paralyzed by this pandemic, and after the sobering numbers of 123 million infections worldwide, including 2.7 million deaths, we are finally coming to a point where we can see the light at the end of the tunnel in the form of COVID 19 vaccines. In spite of the difficulties in production, distribution, and certain undesirable side effects, it is generally believed that the COVID 19 vaccines represent a powerful weapon in our fight against this pandemic. Unfortunately, with the COVID 19 vaccines, we have also highlighted the economic divide between the rich and the poor nations. It is alleged that the rich countries, which account for 16% of the world's population, have secured 60% of the world's vaccine supply. Companies that developed and received authorization for the COVID 19 vaccines have promised to supply their first doses coming out of the production lines to the rich countries, including the US, some European countries, and other rich countries. According to some estimates, countries in Africa and some South American countries are not expected to receive widespread immunization till 2023. In this way, if we leave entire countries susceptible to COVID infections, COVID variants that may be resistant to the vaccines may spread to the Western countries even if they have been vaccinated. So it's really important that the world views the COVID vaccines as a public good and helps to distribute the vaccines throughout the world's population. In this context, India has adopted an important role in developing and distributing these vaccines throughout the world. India's pharmaceutical industry, which was huge before COVID, accounted for 20% of the world's generic medications and about 60% of the world's supply of vaccines. While COVID vaccines face geopolitical snags in production and distribution, one Indian private company called Serum Institute of India has pledged to supply 1.1 billion dosage of the AstraZeneca vaccine to COVAX, World Health Organization's efforts to supply vaccines to the world's poorest countries. Unlike Pfizer, Moderna, and the Johnson and Johnson vaccines, the Serum Institute vaccines are reportedly effective, definitely cost effective, and more importantly, do not require to be transported and stored in ultra low temperatures. This will definitely help in distributing the vaccine to the poor countries. As of now, Indian vaccines have already been distributed to some 60 countries, including India's neighbors such as Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, as well as to certain Caribbean and African countries. Indian vaccines are also being delivered to developed countries such as Canada and United Kingdom. United Kingdom has placed an order for 10 million doses. Canada has placed an order for 2 million doses. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently declared that the world's victory over COVID 19 will be helped because of India's tremendous pharmaceutical capacity and also its willingness to share this capacity with the rest of the world. The Quad, which is a loose grouping of four nations, India, Japan, Australia, and the US, has pledged to pool its strengths to deliver these vaccines, which will definitely help in these efforts. Of course, India faces a daunting challenge of immunizing its domestic population of over 1.2 billion people while fulfilling its obligation to provide the vaccines to the developing countries. So far, India has exported three times as many doses as it has provided to its own people. The rising case numbers in India, along with the COVID-19 variants that may not respond to the vaccines, will intensify this challenge. But in summary, India deserves kudos for taking this opportunity to vaccine diplomacy and securing its position as a global power. I hope that its efforts will be recognized by the world in the future.